Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. In this video, I want to point out the time aspect in our dealings with a narcissist. And this is for those of you in romantic relationships and friendships, not necessarily from your childhood where you couldn't really do anything about that. But for those of you that are adults and you are or were in relationships with a narcissist or befriended one or tried to befriend one, because they certainly didn't give you any real friendship in return, so that voids the friendship because it wasn't accepted. But the time that you waste in these unfruitful relationships, and it's time that you can never get back. I've watched lots of videos of people on their deathbed and, people later in their life. And you know what they talk about? They talk about wonderful memories, and they may talk about the regrets of things that they've wasted their time on. I don't want you to look back one day and regret the time and energy that you put into a toxic person because you didn't want to let it go and just accept things for what it was, because you kept holding on to a little bit of a benefit of a doubt, because you didn't want to let go of the glimpse of the false persona that was given to you in a love bomb stage. Time is very precious. It is. And as I get older, I see how fleeting it is. We don't have all the time in the world. And I'm not saying that to create any type of fear or for you to not, relax and enjoy the time that you do have. It's just more about being mindful of who's getting a piece of your time that you can never get back. Because when I think about the time that I put into the narcissist, that's what upsets me the most. Not even perhaps even the material things that they got and everything. All right, when money comes and goes, I could recoup that stuff. But the time, I could never get that back. The time that I put into the narcissist could have been the time that I could have been putting into someone that was actually sincerely genuine in my life. And then it goes further with them because it's the time that we put into them. And then when we break away from them, it's the time that we spend trying to heal from what we've experienced. So it's like we're wasting time with them per se. And then we have to take further time to heal afterwards and work off all of that dark energy that they've brought into our lives. So it's even more time invested in the situation even after they're out of our lives, because now we have to cleanse our being and our well-being from this toxic entity basically that's surrounded us. And then never mind if it's we start doing the work and they hoover us back in, and then now they're back in again. When that's over, now we're trying to heal again, and then it's back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And all of this is more and more time put into a situation that can just be deaded. If you're listening to this channel and you're getting all this information, I'm praying and hopeful that you will be strong enough to just let this narcissist go. Let them go and don't give them any more of your valuable time. Let's value our time, our precious time, because we were put on this earth for a purpose. And it wasn't to try to love an unlovable person. It wasn't to try to heal a toxic person that is unhealable. That wasn't your purpose. So as long as that you are sidetracked with that, it is keeping you away from what you really should be getting into. And there are a lot of people in the graveyard right now that didn't meet their real life purposes because they got stuck in different areas in their life for different reasons. And you're still amongst the living, and you still have the opportunity to not be stuck, to make that choice. And then, on top of that, someone that is just willing to sheerly waste your time, because if a con artist is coming into your life, feeding you a bunch of lies, knowing they're not going to be able to deliver anything sincerely, whatever they're giving you is extremely temporary and in phony cycles, then they're jealous of you. They're trying to sabotage your life. They're putting your health at risk. They're never faithful or loyal. This person they don't even respect their own time. They're spending their whole life blowing it away with all this manipulation, games, and lies and fuckery. And then they're bringing it to your doorstep because they don't appreciate your time as well. You don't need people like that in your life. So I'm going to give you yet another reason. They are just wasting our times, and they don't care anything about doing that. It's insulting and very offensive to me because we don't have forever. We don't have forever. For anyone that takes their life seriously, and it doesn't mean that you don't like to have fun, but anyone that's living a purposeful life, how insulting is that for someone? A narcissist that I dated several times, not several times, but several years ago, he actually laughed at me and said, "Ha, I wasted your time." Because when I finally caught on to what he was doing and I decided to let this person go, I was like, you know what, I'm really fine with walking away. And he says, "Ha, I wasted your time." Like, it was funny to this person. This is what we're dealing with. This is what we're dealing with. A person that thinks it's funny to waste other people's time. How ignorant could you be? How ignorant could you be? So let's value our time. Let's value our time and get rid of those that don't value our time. All right? Because all it takes is a decision to say, hey, I'm not going to deal with anyone that doesn't respect my time, that has no value for it. All right? So I hope this video resonates with someone, and I hope I've given you yet another thing to consider in dealing with these narcissists and keeping your no contact and staying strong and keeping these toxic people out of your life. You don't have time for this. You don't have time for it. Okay? Until next time, take care.